Paso a Paso podcast.
Welcome to Paso Paso Podcast, episode 60, a thank you reflection focused on the work of Tracy Jaramillo, who recently retired from leading the UNM-Taos Kids Campus. We spend this episode revisiting that campus and speaking with the staff who remain. What legacy did she leave? What impact did she make? And I, of course, did ask Tracy to be interviewed for this, and she respectfully declined, sharing, quote, "I remain very committed to the field and am actively working with various state early childhood projects, as well as the latest Inspire project. What my retirement has really awarded me is an opportunity to be a silent partner, the worker bee behind the scenes. I am honored that you asked and hope that you understand my position," of course referring to not wanting to be interviewed. "I am excited the network will be able to continue this work." And she was willing to, let me go back and interview some of her staff. So let's listen to that now. It was a wonderful opportunity. Thank you to Ali and all the staff there for inviting me. And hope you enjoyed this tribute to a wonderful member of our community, Tracy Jaramillo, who has given so much of herself to the families and young people here in Taos, New Mexico. So here we are on site at the UNM-Taos Kids Campus, all masked up and safe. And in tribute to Tracy retiring from her work here at UNM-Taos, I thought we would stop by and get some words from those who are still here. They know her work here much better than I do, so started off with Ali, longtime collaborator and member of PASO and such. So what are some thoughts when you think about Tracy retiring or her work here that come up for you?
When I think about Tracy's work here at UNM Kids Campus and also the community, I'm just very inspired by all the things that she was always contributing to all the children and families of Taos. I would also think about her dedication. She always thought about families and children before herself. And was truly dedicated to the work and making children and families visible in our community and really thinking about them as strong and capable and competent, and always thinking about how we could create those kinds of environments that really fostered children and families and always put them first, and it was inspiring.
How long roughly have you been here? And, I imagine when you did start working here that you were working alongside Tracy.
Yeah. I called UNM Kids Campus after calling Anansi, and at the time, Anansi Day School did not have any available positions. And so Michelle said, "You should call Tracy Jaramillo at UNM Kids Campus." And I called, and I told her a little bit about myself, that I was went to the University of Vermont where I was trained in Reggio, and she said, "Well, I might just have an opening for you." And that was, I think it's coming on this, right now, I think we're starting the end of 12. So we worked together for 12 years.
Wow, that's a lot.
And she had just come to UNM Kids Campus too, so that was really inspiring.
Since you have been there here all that time, what are some things that you recall changing since that time, whether it's layout or approach?
Yeah. I think the most beautiful thing about Tracy's leadership was the fact that she always wanted us to work collaboratively together. And I think that was definitely something that was implemented through the whole time that she was here, was that we worked collaboratively together to solve problems, to create solutions. And I would also say that, Kids Campus really changed under her leadership, because we just really, as a team, as a whole group, we just really always put the child and their family first. And not that wasn't happening before, but there was much intention and thought into doing so.
Absolutely.
I think the most important thing when we're working with young children is that no child and family is the same. And so a set of rules or values or whatever, rules is a harsh word, but it can't always be applied to the same family. And I would think that that's something that I learned from her, is that you need to take every situation as a new one, understand where the child and family are coming from, and then set goals based on what's best for that child and that family. And that's really the thing that I learned the most from her, is that every situation is unique and different, and we need to take what we hold true in our philosophy about educating young children and working with families, and keep true to those ideas, but also not be set in them, and know that there's room for adjustment and negotiation, as long as you have the best interests of the child and the family in your mind.
Amazing. And that sounds like it kind of overlaps into my next thought, which is where Tracy retiring from this facility leaves you and the rest of the staff as far as vision moving forward. It sounds like you just shared a bit about what you gathered from her, and something that helps guide forward. But are there other things that come to mind or that have shown themselves since she's taken her time away?
Well, I think that Tracy left a huge legacy in the town of Taos, working with children and families, not only here at Kids Campus, but helping start a non-Z charter school. And she worked 30 years in this community, and she influenced and touched so many children and families, but also educators. And I think one of the things that was so inspiring is that when she realized that her retirement was coming up, she knew that we needed to educate teachers of the future. And so, Victoria Chavez here working with me right now is here in our lab school practicum model. And she really helped and wanted to do that. She wanted UNM-Taos to be, a lab school where students could work alongside master teachers to really learn how to be an educator. And I learned that from Tracy. She was my mentor, and therefore I'm now mentoring students to become future educators. So I think that's what really inspires me.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And since we didn't start off with an introduction, can you just say your name and what's your position now?
It's Allie, Allison McPartlin, or Teacher Allie, as everybody calls me. And I am the lead pre-K teacher for the 4 and 5-year-olds here at UNM Kids Campus. And I'm also a UNM ECED mentor.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for sharing all of that and for allowing me to stop by quickly and introducing me to some other staff who we'll hear briefly from here in a minute.
Yeah, thank you, Miles. Yeah? Tell me something that you guys loved about Teacher Tracy, or something that you remember.
We're doing a little audio recording.
She brought us breakfast.
She brought you breakfast? Wow.
Yeah. What else?
She checked my temperature.
She'd check your temperature. Awesome, thank you. What else did Teacher Tracy do? Do you remember her being around here? Or what do you remember about her?
Lunch.
She gave you lunch? So I'll walk over here. And what were you going to share?
She always comes here if she wants to talk to us.
She always what? I'm sorry.
Tell me again, Gigi.
Miss Teacher Allie can tell me.
Oh, she always came here to talk to us.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So my name is Sam, and I've been an assistant teacher here for about 5 years. Tracy was my director all those 5 years. Thanks to Tracy, I have a career.
Awesome.
I know that to my knowledge, I'm the first male that she hired, and so I started off as a volunteer, and then as time went on, I became an employee, and 5 years later, I'm still here.
Amazing. And so when you think about Tracy as a person and your time with her, how did it feel to work with her or learn from her? What was that like on your side?
It felt, I don't know what the right word is, but very welcoming, warming. Like I said, I have a career because of Tracy, and I love my job, and so awesome.
Sure, my name is Victoria Chavez. I've worked here at UNM Kids Campus for 2 years.
So what comes to mind when I say Tracy Jaramillo and she's not here working any longer? What do you feel or what do you think about?
So I'm super sad that she's gone. Of course, I'm happy that Jess is here because we know her. But Tracy was really our glue here. She was, always there when we needed to pick her upper. She was always supportive of anything and how we felt, and always made our feelings validated.
Yeah, sure.
Tracy's just a woman that no one can really replace, honestly.
Yeah, I imagine that. And can you share a little bit about your work here and what you're in the middle of?
So I started working in the infant room, and I moved up to the pre-K room. Tracy's the one that actually got me here. There was times that I wanted to give up, and she never allowed it to happen. She always tried to talk and help maneuver and get with people that can help us, and always pushed through and made sure that our feelings were validated. And she always made meetings to see how everything was going, and then she knows I was a mom, so she always just made time. It was always just, she was literally our glue. Like I said, she was always here for us. She it's just gonna be different. It looks different.
And you're here through a process of gathering a degree and experience at the same time? Or
yes,
how would you summarize that?
So when I started working here, I actually was a stay-at-home mom for 6 years. So I kind of got told, come talk to Tracy, and my nephews came here as well. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna talk to her, and I actually met Ellie first, and then later Tracy, and I just felt like I was at home. You know, they made us feel comfortable. The learning experience in itself, like I said, she was one of my teachers, and she'd always reach out and make sure that we got the help that we needed, the resources. It was always an open door.
Hi, my name is Carmine. I work here at the UNM Kids Campus, and I'm the lead toddler teacher.
Awesome. And it sounds like you've been here also 11, 12 years or so, and it sounds like that was the time in which a lot of folks that are still around and been here for that length of time started around together.
Oh, yeah. I started with the program, actually, because we started off at the Presbyterian Church up in El Prado.
Since the beginning of this program,
yeah,
you've been with?
I've been with the program since we first started and opened our doors, yes.
Wow, amazing.
Do you want to go outside?
This is fine. No,
okay.
It's a kid's podcast.
I really respect Tracy. I mean, the minute I met her, I really, really respected her. She helped me with my career. She got me to always move forward with my education. She was very supportive, very compassionate. I was going through a separation a few years into my working here at UNM, and she was very supportive in helping me emotionally get through the whole situation. And she's just been a very, very supportive person for all of us as far as working here. She's helped us with our education, keeping our trainings going. Tracy has just been the light of this whole program.
And what has your role been all of this time? Because I'm sure you've played a significant role in the process as well.
Yeah, I worked with I started off working as a pre-K teacher, and I got all my training to do pre-K teaching. And then I found my calling working with the younger ones because I have the energy for them and I have the drive for them. So she figured that out, that, you know, this is where I needed to be. So she put me in here, and I've been with the toddlers ever since.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm beginning to feel as though there's something about the fact that you and other people have been here this long that it provides great stability and context for how things should go. Maybe that makes moving forward since your retirement a little easier?
Oh, yes, definitely. It was hard for us to let Tracy go. I know for me personally it was hard to let her go because I know that I wanted to maybe move into the public schools at one point and try something different. But I never left because I respected her so much, and I wanted to be here for her and support her through this program because it's hard to find teachers, and stuff like that. So I never left because of her, honestly. I'll be honest with you. I never left this program because of her. Yeah.
Cool.
My name is Meryl, and I'm an assistant teacher here in the toddler room.
Wonderful. And when you think about Tracy, what comes to mind, or what would you like to share?
She's very supportive and very loving, and she cares about all the kids and the teachers, and she respects everyone, and she's just a nice person.
Wonderful. And moving forward, I'm sure that there's a lot of changes. Are there any other things you'd like to share just about your time with Tracy, because you have worked with her so long, or any other things that come to mind, or even a message to her? She'll probably hear this.
The thing that comes to mind about Tracy is it was very difficult to see her retire, and she was a very supportive director the time she was here.
My name is Amber Ramos, and I have been working at the Kids Campus for about 11 years now. Worked with Tracy for all of that time, and I have always enjoyed working with Tracy very much. She was always kind, caring, and compassionate to all of her employees.
Wonderful. So yeah, it sounds like people feel, I've heard so far, very welcomed by her. Is that kind of the vibe or the energy that you all seek to maintain, or what do you think you'd like to carry on from her work moving forward?
Yes, definitely. We would definitely like to keep the kind, caring, compassionate vibe and the welcoming feeling that we had with Tracy at Kids Campus now going forward. And it still it continues to be that way, and we hope to keep it that way.
Hi, my name is Jessica Trujillo. I am the new director, filling some big shoes at Kids Campus. And I just want to say that I'm really thankful for Tracy's actions and presence at Kids Campus and in the Taos community. And she really filled our classrooms and our building with lots of happiness and inspiration. And I feel the void without her here, and we're very thankful for her.
Well, thanks. And we've heard from so many of your staff, and it's been really wonderful. Thanks for letting me stop by and do these interviews. As you move forward, what are some things from your time here with Tracy that are important for you to carry forward or keep in mind?
I really like to carry forward advocating for kids and families. I think she really left a huge impact, and that was a lot of who she was here in our program, and I really hope to continue that.
My name is Bella Rodriguez, and I actually been with UNM for 17 years, so
Wow.
I've known Tracy for a while, but I never had the chance to work with her so closely till I started in June, and I do have to say she is great, fabulous. I love her.
Universally, everyone seems to love, appreciate, and want to carry forward the work of Tracy Jaramillo at the UNM Kids Campus. Thanks so much to everyone who was willing to be interviewed, and thanks for your work, Tracy. Hopefully you get to hear this. If you would like to hear Tracy, she was actually the first guest on the Paso Paso podcast, so you can go back in the archives and find that. PasoTaos.org is the website. If you have any questions, you can email us, pasotaos@gmail.com. And on the way out of my time there doing the interviews, I was about to interview a parent who simply said that if she started to speak, she would cry. So we'll share that with you as well. But have a great day. Until next time.
I'll cry.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You could just say that.
Thank you so much. And I'll be quick if you need to sit back down here. Hi, thanks.
Thank you.
Paso a Paso Podcast.